Welcome to the Voice of Metal. Hopefully, you guys are doing well out there. I just wanted to say thanks to each and every one of you for following and watching and liking the videos that I've put out so far. Um, One thing is, I want to make sure I got my connection going because I never know, so you guys can hear me. But I do appreciate it's great to see you guys engage in it and the comments and the likes and everything. And that reminds me, I know this is not going to be about metal because of the fact that it's somebody else that I know. And I've been listening to their music for a while. It's Lux Lawless. So I wanted to say a personal thank you to you for letting me know something that I need to know to help somebody else out. It's the Insulter metal band that I was talking about. They asked me a question about some way of maybe distributing some of their music in the United States, like a label or something. And I knew there were certain ways of doing it. I knew she had just put an album out, so I thought, why not ask her? So I did get that information. So I want to say thank you so much, Lydia, for that. I appreciate it. Um, to me, it's like people helping people, musicians helping musicians, artists helping artists, or musicians helping artists, vice versa. Basically, what it boils down to is if you guys help me, then maybe I can help them and other bands that are maybe just starting off, getting people to know who they are. And if you are a brand new band or just starting off, bring the bring yourself to me. Talk to me about it. Let me know. We get some dialogue going. Maybe we can work something to get you on here to get a schedule going to talk one on one about you, your band, a little bit, and some of the music that you're putting out. And maybe, hopefully, if you need help, just let me know. I'll see what I can do with people that I do know that I have a kind of semi personal relationship with, not really, but I mean, like she doesn't know me that well, but I figure I would ask. I figure why not? It wouldn't hurt to find out, and I do appreciate her very much for that. And I want people to check her out. So make sure you do that for me to help her out because I wanted to help them out. So I'm going to do this to help her out for that favor for her to put to tell me about that because I think that's a huge deal. I think people helping people, musicians helping musicians, regardless if it's metal, country, or whatever, rap. But that reminds me, speaking of that, this is one of the things. Now, this is my hopefully ultimate goal is for people to know the artists as though they're just like anybody else. Good friends. They have feelings. They have dreams. They have aspirations. They have likes, dislikes, whatever. Questions that we can ask to find out more about them, to get to know them better. And in turn, hopefully, when somebody that does not watch metal, listen to metal, watch metal concerts, and knows that much about them, will get a personal, intimate, how you say, one-on-one conversation, and they'll say, hey, these people are just like anybody else, but they just play heavier music. And I think that with that, that's going to help build the genre of metal and heavier music back to where it used to be back in the 80s when I was growing up. And I'm sure most of you feel the same way I do that are in my age bracket, like 40s to 50s, maybe even 30s. I do know for a fact that Bloody Wood has made a huge impact when it comes to younger audiences. I saw an article about that. They were really kind of surprised. They thought they were beepy guys like me, old guys like in their 50s and stuff like that. Because I'm just turning 50 in March. So Do me a favor, like and subscribe for my birthday present to me. I would really appreciate it so I can help everybody else out. And you guys get some information about some of the people that you care about. Because I think that's important. I think helping out people is a huge thing. I know maybe right now it's not the best. It's not. It's just I'm just starting this off. So for me to ask you for that favor is a huge, huge thing of me to ask of you, the audience, the people watching the video, and watch the video if you can because it would help me so much. You don't know how much it would help me to do that, and it would be an awesome birthday gift. I know it's right now it's not that exciting, but hopefully we'll have some really cool and exciting going on later on. All I can do is basically tell you about different things like what I've been talking about family and this, that, and the other in music industry, and also other articles that I've read and learned about. Hopefully, we'll shift from that into asking more personal questions of the artists that we all know and love. And if we have a dry spell, I'll go back to kind of doing my thing that I'm doing right now. So we'll see. One of the things I'd like to talk about, besides a special thank you to her, is that the Insulter Band. So they got that information now, so that's helpful. The other thing is that I was reading this article. It's rather interesting. The guitarist that used to be in Megadeth, Jeff Young, says that he was saying that Dave Mustaine cannot play or sing. Apparently, early Megadeth songs he could barely play and sing the stuff, which is rather interesting. See, he's not trying to be a what, but it's just a fact. Apparently, he graduated in a musician's thing in '85, I think is what it was, is what I found out. Yeah, it's rather interesting. So, a lot of the stuff that might have been played before, he didn't do that well on. I guess later on, maybe he learned some more stuff. I don't know. So, it's rather interesting. The Dave Mustaine that we all know and love, that claims that he helped write some of Metallica's stuff, doesn't know how to sing, apparently, or play. I don't know. I know his voice is a little different. It's kind of like Ozzy's. I think it's kind of like some other artists like Janis Joplin and all this other stuff. It's very unique and a little bit different. It does this, like Tom Petty. I think he's another one. Tom Petty actually has a pretty good voice. But he has this different, unique sound. There's a lot of artists that are like that. They really have this very. It doesn't sound very musical, but when they sing it actually does sound pretty good, especially with the music they're playing. So it's kind of a specialized voice. That's not quite a, how do you say, perfect voice, I guess you could call it. But I think even Lenny is the same way. He had a unique voice that wasn't like, I would say, polished maybe, but he had this really rugged type sound to it. It sounds really cool the way he sung it. So it adds to it. And I always thought he was phenomenal as far as the music he played, the songs he played, and everything else like that. And the one thing is rather interesting, and I found this out too, is that apparently eventually he got tired of playing Ace of Spades because everybody wanted to hear Ace of Spades, because that's his get to the big song that everybody loves, right? And it's one of those things, like, how do you top that and make it interesting? But he could have maybe done the same song but only tweaked it a little bit, did a little bit different. But somebody might criticize him for, like, what are you doing, you're ruining the song. Who knows, right? Yeah, it's one of those things. Anyway, I'm trying to think of some other stuff to talk about because I don't have a whole lot right now, unfortunately. I know that I have talked to a couple other people about this whole major topic. I know I also asked Randy, the bass player for Stitched Up Heart, to see if he had any information. He says, I'm sorry, I don't have that. unfortunately. So I guess maybe there's somebody else in the band that does all that for him. He just plays the bass guitar. Who knows? Probably the lead singer, I'm assuming. And just, check them out. They're a very phenomenal band. They are one of the ones that I listen to in concert with other bands that I won't mention their names right now because of certain reasons. But they are phenomenal too. They're both phenomenal. They're all three actually. Infected Rain, the BB ladies, and Stitched Up Heart. That's part of it. Anyway, and also Purge of the Heretics. They are a local band in Denver. And maybe, just maybe, I might actually be able to talk her into doing a interview with her to find out more about her. That'd be sweet, right? We'll see. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Wait and see what happens. Because I can't wait. That'd be so awesome to be having somebody to talk to about their music and about them. The only thing is how to line up the next one. We'll see. I've got close to, no, actually I got over 100 viewers now. So keep it up. Please, please, please do that. I'm doing those shorts with a little bit of a hint of certain bands. I'd like to get maybe even somebody else's band on there or music on there, just a little bit to kind of entice people to come see the channel, even though I know it's not metal, so don't get upset with me, okay? I love metal music, but I also do enjoy other music too, and I'm sure you both, all of the viewers will agree on that one for sure, because I think that's important. Because some of the best metal songs are not quite so metal after all. I mean, we got, let me think here. I'm trying to think of some, like the Symphony of Destruction was kind of metalish, but then it didn't sound metalish. It had some symphony in it. There's, like some of the Tiny Honor classics that are not metal that didn't sound like rock. They sound like more classical. And that reminds me of another person that has encouraged other people in his band to listen to classical music is Cliff Burton. Happy birthday, Cliff. I know it's a couple days ago, but still, happy birthday to you. And I'm sure everybody wishes you a happy birthday, even though I know you're no longer here with us, unfortunately, which you'll be 61 this year, and I'll be 50. So it's like 11 years older than me. But it's kind of interesting. It's one of those things that what would happen if Cliff had not died? What kind of outcome? What kind of changes would happen? Hey, leave the comments. Let me know. Let me know what you guys think, because that'd be kind of interesting. That might be an interesting topic. What would happen, or might happen, or could happen if certain things were in a certain way? Kind of like even bands, like Dimebag Darrell and his brother. Hey, and Pantera. I mean, they had Damage Plan for a while. I think because of certain things, and I've talked about this before, and I know a lot of people are upset about certain things, which I can understand totally. That's the way I feel about to a point too. I can kind of see Charlie's point, but I also see the other point too. I'm just taking the words from the guy's mouth. I saw the interview. I know what he said. End of discussion. If you really want to be a good friend, and that's what he said, guess what? I would do that. Not just make up, justify your actions by how you think or feel it should be. The guy pretty much said it right there. It's I'm sure that interview would never have happened if it wasn't important to him, right? You'd think. So honor that. That's how I see it. But also I see it on his side where it's important that Pantera's legacy goes on, and also goes beyond that. But the one thing that's another top thing to bring up is the lead singer was the one that left the band. He also wanted to disband the band itself, which one is ridiculously stupid. For even wanting to do it in the first place. Two, why? I don't know. I don't get it. I know he was in pain. I know he had a lot of issues. So I don't know if it was the the stuff that he was on that screwed him up so much that that's the way he was just acting, or this is who he really is. But then all of a sudden, the two guys that started the band that he was in that may become super huge, and they all kind of meshed all that together. I'm sure they had started it, and they kind of, basically from what I understand is basically they start off a certain way. I think kind of playing maybe covers or something, but they were wanting to get a little more serious and kind of tweak it to where it's a certain way. And this guy fit the bill, you know. The original singer couldn't, I guess, is what it sounds like, but he actually did. And then there's also the controversy too, about the things going on with the certain things in back in the 2016, I think is what it was. And I thought I heard that they did something just recently on that, but I don't know. Anyway, thanks for watching. I will let you go, and hopefully we'll have somebody on here after a while. I'm hoping maybe the lead singer from Purge of the Heretics, or maybe one of her people, like the guitarists, like the bass or the main guitar, or maybe possibly the drummer. We'll see. And also probably maybe hopefully some other bands if I can get them on here. There is, if I knew the lady's name that I saw at Max and Igor Cavalera's concert, actually I met the sister of the bass guitarist of the opening band for that concert. And I was talking to her. She goes, "Oh yeah, that's my brother up there." So it was kind of cool. I was staying right next to somebody that's related to the guy that's playing the opening act for Max and Igor Cavalera, which is phenomenal. Anyway, and I'm a huge fan of them, and like Soulfly and all this other stuff, and of course Sepultura. But of course that dynamic changed too, which is kind of sad too. It's kind of like Pantera. I'm trying to think of something to say. There's something I was going to say. It's about the Max and Igor. Oh, check out Cavalier Conspiracy. Very good album. And I know Soulfly is coming in March, so if you're in the Denver area or in Colorado, I'm not sure what the other tour dates are. I think it's sometime in March that the show is going to be happening, so I'm hoping to see that, and even Obituary. And then later on in August, I'm going to go to Arlington, Texas, hopefully, and watch the bands. I'm still kind of on the fence about certain bands, unfortunately. I don't know if I'm going to watch it or I'm going to say, I'm going to wash my hands of it and walk away and then come back, when they're done playing. Or just, I might, who knows. I want to hear it, but then I also want to respect somebody's wishes too. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take care. Hope to see you again. Please, please, please like and subscribe so that way I can help not only you guys have contact with getting to know musicians of the metal industry, but also the metal industry itself, along with us getting to know them and even the new bands that are coming out. If you got a new band, let me know. Like I said, reach out to me. Let me know your band's name. Let me know some way of checking out your music, and maybe, who knows, if I have permission, I can actually play some of it on the stream before, after, or during a little bit, just to give you a sneak peek. And then you guys listen to the rest of it later on. How about that? All right. Thanks again. Sorry about that. Take care. Have a good night. Take care.